Okay. Um, my name is Cooper Giblin, and as you can see, this channel is called Giblin Cattle Co. And I've been wanting to make this video for a really long time, and it's been hard. I think that we all experience resistance in our life when trying to do something that's out of our comfort zone, and I totally feel like this is definitely out of my comfort zone. I'm nervous, but usually when you're nervous, that means that you're doing the right thing. One quote that I heard was that excitement and fear are kind of the same chemical pathways. So if you feel like you're afraid of something, just say you're excited instead. It sounds a lot better. I'm just looking at my notes here. If I look over and stuff like that, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just looking at the notes that I actually typed up. But basically, the point of this channel is I actually had a YouTube channel before this that was actually named Coop's Farm, and that channel was me just kind of figuring it out. I would be consistent and I'd post a bunch and all that kind of stuff, but I really didn't feel like I was doing a good job. And then I actually did that for pretty consistently for a full year, and I would say that this has been basically I'm about a year and 1 month from when I first started posting on social media and stuff like that. I kind of moved away from posting on TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts and all that kind of stuff, because I was just kind of making YouTube edits and stuff like that, trying to be creative, and I definitely like doing that kind of stuff. But I want to move towards kind of growing a community and sharing my progress and what I think is a good direction where I'm going. A little bit of background about me. I am a dairy apprentice at a dairy up in Maine right now. I'm almost done. So I got up until October 2025 basically, and then I get kicked out of this place. Maybe I can stay on for a little bit longer, but we'll see what happens. I own 3 beef cows right now. They are virgin heifers, and they are low-line Angus Holstein crosses, and they're beautiful. I'll insert some photos here. Boom, boom, boom. I'll edit that in. But yeah, I mean, the whole point of this channel basically is to kind of document my journey and trying to do this thing called no risk ranching, which is basically custom grazing other people's cows while building your own kind of stock. And it's from this book called No Risk Ranching by Greg Judy. And when I read that book, actually it was given to me by my manager, it kind of just clicked in my mind. I was like, this makes so much sense. Because what doesn't make sense in my mind is going and get a bunch of loans, getting a bunch of debt, and trying to create a farm that way, battling against the interest rate. And every single dairy producer, because we ship milk to a milk supplier right now, and every single supplier, every single milk supplier right now that I've talked to, these are family farms. They're pretty small. The biggest one that we went to had 200 cows. They all said to me, don't do this. You're insane for doing this, basically. Why would you want to do this? This is an unsustainable lifestyle. We don't make enough money. We're taking out huge loans to catch up on our grain bill and all this kind of stuff. And so I'm like, I don't know if I want to, because right now this morning I milked, and we're milking not that many cows. We got a really efficient parlor and all that kind of stuff. But just how costly these dairy cows are, and especially how costly grain is, putting up your own hay, all that kind of stuff, equipment, mechanic bills, all that kind of stuff, and then you're not getting paid enough for the milk price, even though dairy products, I've heard, I know that fluid milk is not making that much money right now, but cheese, kefir, yogurt, all that kind of stuff is making good money. So right now the market is not paying the suppliers what they should be. So in my mind, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. Another thing that I want to talk about too is I think this is just my personal opinion, but I think that just grass-fed beef and those products, grass-fed milk, organic, all that kind of stuff, with health, but a focus on a healthy animal is going to produce you a really high-quality, nutritious source of protein and also just nourishment itself. Personally, like when I drink our milk, because it's pretty much all grass-fed, we don't use any antibiotics or anything like that. I don't even know whether or not antibiotics are. If you drink a lot of antibiotics, I know it's probably bad for you. But our cows are healthy. We only milk them into the tank if they're healthy, because we do bottle and sell raw milk. You can do that up in Maine, and I drink it and I feel really good. Similar with beef, if you eat a really good grass-fed steak from a healthy cow, probably because I see these cows and I see that they're healthy and happy and all that kind of stuff all the way until they get butchered at 18 months or beyond. It makes me feel good, and it makes me feel healthy when I eat like that. I'm not a strict carnivore. I like to eat all sorts of things, vegetables, grains, stuff like that. And then also, like, occasionally I'll eat something quote unquote bad, But I'm pretty far. I almost said I'm pretty far in the development of this business, but I'm not even close to this business. Basically, I have got the LLC. So we got the LLC. We got the bank account. What else? We got some funding. I got a quick $1,500 from my dad as a loan. Basically like a loan, just to cover the AI. And I'm gonna hopefully AI some of these cows and stuff like that. I bought the cows out of my personal money and all that kind of stuff. So we started the company. We got the name. What else we got? We don't have any insurance. My hand is getting in there. I think the next biggest thing is we got to get the insurance, and and because I said that out loud, I have to do that today. I've been putting it off, starting a business. I know if you guys talk about it and stuff like that is like tough because life happens, and I feel like I go to the gym. I'm not just bragging that I'm going to the gym. I'm just saying that I go to the gym. I sleep good. I really take that, and I have a good routine and all that kind of stuff. I don't really dilly-dally that much. I have no social media on my phone or anything like that. I really try to stay locked in. But still, the weeks go by and you're like, oh my God, why haven't I gotten the insurance taken care of, and it's you can listen to all these grind set podcasts and all that kind of stuff where you're just got to do what you got to do, So after this, I'm going to call the insurance guy. If it goes to voicemail, that's fine. If it doesn't go to voicemail, then I'll just have a discovery with that guy, a discovery call with that guy, and I'll record it for you guys. But, yeah, the next thing that I think that I want to talk about is the actual business plan, right? So, I actually reached out to, the Historical Society, they own a farm that's 16.6 acres, and basically it's just walking trails, but it's also brush hogged at the same time every year, and they're like, hey, this is a historic farm, we want it to be grazed or hayed. Would you guys be interested in this? The farm that I'm working at right now, we don't have any capacity to do that, but just as an organization. But me personally, I said, well, I really want to buy some cows. I want to actually get into this industry. Why don't I go up to them and just say, hey, I want to graze these cows. I only got 3 cows, but still, it'd be nice if there was people up there and stuff like that. They'd probably get some good donations and all that kind of stuff. So I reached out to them and I said, hey, my cows on your property? And they said, yeah. We got no well and no electricity. They do have a well, but it's a hand-dug well. So what I got to basically do, and I can't wait to show you guys the process and this kind of stuff. Hopefully it works out. But what we're going to do basically is we're going to create a solar pump that's going to pump out this water, and we're going to rotationally graze these guys as best we possibly can. Maybe we'll throw in some sheep. I don't know. I love sheep so much. I was introduced to sheep by the actual manager of the dairy. She does an amazing job with the sheep. I actually just butchered 2 sheep myself, or not myself. I did it with a chef, but that was an amazing process. And sheep are amazing. I mean, they don't really require too much water, you know, and they're great. They're ruminants, and they a lot of them. You can follow the cows and stuff like that, and they'll eat the rest of the stuff, and you can keep them on pretty sparse conditions, and they really are good under stressful conditions. So, and you can have a lot of them too. But I feel like, beef is, you kind of get a bigger animal, but also that's a drawback too. So you got to think about it. I know a lot of people are like, diversified farm operations are a great idea, but we have a diversified farm right now. We got chickens, pigs, cows, beef cows, dairy cows. It's a lot of work, and a lot of times if you do stuff just mediocre, if you do everything just mediocre, you're not going to like really be successful, so that's why I see that a lot of people are saying that you should specialize in one thing and get really good at that. And I think that's a good idea, but also expanding into different markets does make you more versatile too. While I am working on this dairy, I'm also going to be working to expand the custom grazing operation as well. And I think that this first summer is going to be kind of like the trial to expanding the operation. The best thing about this thing is that all I need to do is basically buy the temporary fencing. And so that temporary fencing is going to exist of 3 Gallagher reels, which are basically are polywire, and they're pretty awesome. I'll go down and film what a polywire reel actually looks like, and some white posts. We call them white posts, but they're fiberglass posts, and you can drill into them and then basically like feed the polywire into them, and then you can hammer those or you can use a fence post pounder and hammer them to the ground, and it basically makes fence posts for you. And then I'm gonna get a solar charger, like a really good one, solar charger, and then basically I'm gonna get some 3/4 inch black plastic pipe. That black plastic pipe is going to be hooked up to the solar pump and to the well, and that's going to pump it into basically a auto waterer, which basically is a water trough that as it fills, it has a float, and as the water fills up, it'll stop, basically. I'm going to visit the cows every single day, so if the water's out, I'll figure it out and all that kind of stuff. Plus, it's only 3 of them, so we can figure it out. I'm taking really low risks here. There's going to be no calves on these guys. They're not going to be pregnant. I'm going to try to get them bred in July. So I'm probably going to get them on that pasture probably in April or May. And then so I'll have April, May, June, basically to see if this is working out, if I feel comfortable with having these cows on that property. And I'm feeling that their nutritional needs are getting met. Then I'll have the AI tech come out and try to breed these cows in July. And then basically, if this goes well, I'm going to try to pitch it to other people. There's hundreds of acres around where I am. And then I'm going to be faced with another thing that's going to be an issue. Or not a problem, an opportunity, I guess. No problems, just opportunities. I got to figure out how to get more cows. And what Greg Judy talks about basically is you go up to these either dairies around here or beef producers around here, which there are, and you say to them, hey, if you have any weaned heifers, right, that you don't have enough grass for, I'll take them and I'll rotate them for you. You just got to pay me per head per day, right? So that'll give me some cash flow. Monthly cash flow. That'll keep the business alive, basically. And then also I'll be able to graze my cows in there too, and hopefully I can start growing my herd, which, just a little bit of context for my herd and what I'm excited about doing is I really want to create a cow that is very efficient, small, highly fertile. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but that just basically means that they are highly fertile and healthy, And I think that some of the healthiest looking and most resilient cows on our farm right now actually come from this low-line Angus this low-line Angus bull named Sputnik that no longer is alive, but we have a bunch of straws for them. And those are the 3 cows that actually have their sire is Sputnik, basically. And he's a low-line Angus cow. And if you do, I'll pop a little blurb right here on the low-line Angus. But the low-line Angus really fascinates me because they were a closed herd for 17 years out of the Angus. And there was a low line and a high line, basically. And the low line and the high line, basically, they saw that the low line had more efficiency in turning grass, basically, into growth. They're small. I mean, one thing that Greg Judy does say, and this might be something that I'm only 25 right now, so like I'm definitely going to make mistakes. But right now, my gut says that I should try this low line stuff out. I actually I ordered 6 low-line straws from Faro Cattle Company. That was actually recommended to me by my previous manager, Ben Gottschall. Ben Gottschall is basically, he's a legend when it comes to just our dairy and what he did for us and the mindset that he gave to us and stuff like that about creating a truly nutritious product, and realizing that if you're working in a dairy, you're working with a bunch of mothers, and really just taking those cows and treating them well and trying to produce a healthy offspring, because a lot of the cows around here or just in general are just kind of inbred, unhealthy, just production based or production focused Holsteins, and what I really enjoyed from what we were doing and what we're still doing is just trying to create a healthy and efficient cow that can exist on grass, because the grass that we have around here is the cheapest form of food, definitely. But yeah, so just wrapping around here, basically this channel, I just want to do a little bit of introduction with like some clips and all that kind of stuff, and then probably go into like a little bit of a section of me just doing the actual work and stuff like that. But yeah, like the main thing that I want to get from this is tracking my progress and updating you guys with tracking my progress on the creation of this business, trying to become profitable, trying to make enough money where I can actually like continue to do this. And I think that doing this custom grazing stuff really excites me, and it makes the most amount of sense because this custom grazing stuff is utilizing land that is fallow, basically not being used, improving the land for the landowner, putting basically nutrients back into the soil, helping build better topsoil resilience when rainstorms come in and stuff like that. If you have ruminants on there, grazing ruminants, and if you intensively rotate them and you do a good job there, you can help definitely build up the soil, build up the organic matter and all that kind of stuff, decrease runoff, help the permeability with the water and all that kind of stuff. And we live on the coast, and it's really important definitely to have those areas where the water can permeate into it and not just run off and take all the soil with it into the bay. And so yeah, I'm really excited, and hopefully, at the end of this, I want to be able to build a low cost and low input system, and then I can kind of, instead of passing off the costs to the actual consumers, I can pass off the kind of, how do I say this? I can pass off the low cost, low input system off to the consumer so they can have a low cost product, a high quality, low cost product that's local. I think that's something that I should strive to do, and I want to take you guys with me. But yeah, I'm definitely going to show you guys just a little bit into what I do, and hopefully we can make these videos. I'm going to shoot for doing it every week. But yeah, my name is Cooper. Thank you guys. Thank you for everybody that's clicked onto this, and hopefully we can just keep getting better at doing this.